Whereas the explore phase is expansive and coming up with new and wild and crazy ideas. Validate is reductive and really putting the light of a magnifying glass on these ideas and validating which ones really work in the business context. And this is not just a grab bag process. This is an actual step-by-step process where the elements and the order of them are very important to getting the results. And this, again, has been refined since 2007. We've really been focusing on validate and testing, of course, as you probably know. So it starts with what we call the PI framework. The PI is how we prioritize the opportunities so that the resources and effort are always being invested in the best areas at every point in time. So we'll prioritize all of the potential lift zones, we call them, based on the three factors: potential, importance, and ease. Now, in reality, this the spreadsheets and the model that we use behind this is much more complex. There are components that are actually measured within each of these PI components. But this is a high-level view that shows the concept of coming out with a PI score that prioritizes where to put the effort. And this can become a discussion point that can then be tweaked and modified based on business rules. But then make sure that we're always bringing in the best ideas from within the organization, within our team, and having a central planning area to prioritize the tests and make sure that we're doing the right things that are the best things to test to generate the best results and strategic insights about the customer. So the PI ends up looking something like that. We then can just go down the list and start with the most important page and move them into the next component, where we'll do the, again, pulling in the ideas from the lift analysis and creating hypotheses about what's important to test. Now, we're going to end up with dozens of hypotheses in every analysis of a lift zone. And a lift zone is what we call, it might be a page, it might be a site-wide element, it might be a major business question. We call them lift zones that correspond to a test target area. So we'll have hypotheses that come out of it, and then the strategist needs to create the design of experiment. And this is a critical component where we spend a lot of effort because in each situation, the limiting factor is the amount of traffic, and we need to make sure that every experiment we go out with maximizes the potential for lift as well as the potential for insights, and it's a balance because there's a spectrum of results and insights, and a lot of people debate about whether you should isolate everything or whether you should run fewer tests, but really there is no single answer. It depends on context to a huge extent. The results that you get, the speed of the results, and the magnitude of the results are opposite to the insights you get within a single test. And so to maximize results, you just run A/B tests. You'll get faster results completion, you can run more dramatic tests, and you can get bigger lift. But you sacrifice insights. On the other side of the spectrum, you can get maximum insights by running multivariate tests and isolating every single thing on the page and throughout your website, and your tests will run forever and you'll never get results and they might never complete. So how do you find the balance? It's all about design of experiments. The design of experiments balances the need for strategic insights, for customer-focused insights, and for results. And so we use a design of experiments method that's based on fractional factorial testing that balances that need between generating massive results in every test and generating insights that then leads into a beneficial cycle of getting results in the future. And it's important to have that balance and to strike that balance very carefully in every experiment. So the design of experiments directs how the test is run and what we're testing, and then we've got trained UX and UI designers, of course, that execute on that design, that test design. Make sure that all the variations match the graphic standards and that they are high quality and that they're designed with persuasion and conversion principles in mind. Our developers have really advanced systems for making sure that we have high quality of code. We don't even use the testing tools WYSIWYG editors. Our developers actually have built a lot of pipes straight into using their APIs into all of the major testing tools. They develop the code locally, and it's fed straight into the testing tools, and it's QA'd here. We've got dedicated QA resources that make sure that the tests are run with perfect quality every time. We've got a team of 8 developers here actually that are constantly coding variations and spitting out high quality code that can then be easily used by our clients to apply to the business once the results come in. So that's been a strong focus area, and some of our developers are also always building extra tools that are helping to get better results as well, which is really interesting to see. And then live A/B tests. So of course, once we've developed it, we're going to run live A/B tests, and we're constantly going to be analyzing the results to make recommendations for pruning or accelerating or monitoring the allocation of traffic between variations and experiments. And then the results analysis, which is one of the most important components. If we've designed experiments properly, there will be insights coming from the tests. And that results analysis feeds in those insights into that central hub of insights for the company, as well as into future rounds of tests and reprioritizing the PI prioritization in the PI framework.